Welcome to this episode of Home Built Workshop. Well, you've seen me build the knife handles, the holder for those knives. Today, I'm gonna build a cutting board out of some maple, walnut, and Bubinga. I'll start first by squaring up an edge of the curly maple. Then I'll rip it down into 2-inch strips. Now I'm going to put some painter's tape around the blade on the table saw. This is going to make a real quick and dirty zero clearance insert. Now I can cut a couple of 1/4-inch strips. And I'll cut down the walnut and the Bubinga as well. Now I can lay out all these parts and get this thing glued together. I'm going to use plenty of glue on this step. I'm not worried about squeeze out. I'm more worried about having all the edges covered with glue. I'm using Titebond 2 wood glue for this step. It's water resistant, so I don't have to worry when I wash this thing. There we go, it's all glued up. I'm not worried about these pieces of maple that are a little higher than the other pieces. I'm going to send this through the planer as soon as the glue's dry. As soon as the glue is partly set up on the cutting board, I'll scrape the glue off. This will make it a little bit easier than waiting for it to completely dry. And once the glue is finally dry, I'll pass it through the thickness planer to bring everything down to the same thickness. Now I can square up the edges on the table saw. Now using an 1/8-inch round over bit, I'll round over all the edges. And I'll give it a quick final sanding. Now I'm just going to soften the edges. Even though it's rounded over, I'm going to just smooth them up with a little bit of hand sanding. Now I think we're ready for a finish. With the board all sanded, it's time to apply some finish. I'm going to use this salad bowl finish made by General Finishes. After stirring it up really good, I'll just wipe it on with a clean cloth. Now when I'm applying this finish, I'm not trying to build up a really thick glossy finish. I want this finish to soak into the wood and protect the wood and not really build up a finish. If you build up too much of the finish, you could have some of the finish flake off as you're using the cutting board. We don't want that. I don't really want to eat finish. The directions on the can recommend 3 coats of finish. I'm going to sand lightly in between each coat with a green scotch-brite pad, and I'll just reapply the finish. After the final coat of finish is dried, cutting boards are ready for use. These things turned out great. I like the look of them so much that I took the offcuts from this larger board and I made this little mini board that'll be handy for chopping vegetables or something small like that. Really like the way these things turned out. The maple, the Bubinga, the walnut, I think they look really great together. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any episodes. You can also follow me on social media. I'll put all the links down below there in the description. And until next time, thanks a lot for watching.